Diary update 5, 18th of June.
I just thought I ought to really do this diary update before I forget what I'm doing with this brain fog and everything else. So yeah, it's the 18th of June today, which is a Sunday, and it's Father's Day. So on Friday, I did start bleeding again. Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed, but I thought, well, if it's like last time, it'll be all right, and I probably won't bleed a lot. But yesterday was Saturday, and it did pick up, and there was a lot more blood, and I started to get a few stomach pains as well. Today I've had quite a lot of blood bleeding, some blood clots. It's not easing up, it's just intensifying, and I've got a few stomach pains and my tummy's quite swollen. I'm a bit disappointed, I'll be honest with you, and I'm disappointed because I just think, why did I have to be the one that, had problems conceiving, 5 years of that, which was mental torture. Every time you have a period, your hopes and dreams have gone, and this is monthly. Can you imagine that, 5 years, what somebody feels like? It kind of takes away a little piece of you, does that it never comes back. I'm not carrying mental illness around with me, but there's a part of me that can never be the same, can never feel total joy anymore. And then to have 3 miscarriages, and then to just go 19 years without any HRT, and goodness knows what that's done to my bone density, that lack of estrogen. I mean, that's just a whole new ball game, all right there, right by itself. But then this, can I not do anything? Can I not even just go on HRT after 19 years and it just be a success story? No, clearly not. So, yeah, I'm going to have to ring the doctor tomorrow, but now this is why I've not panicked too much over the weekend, because a really dear friend of mine, she's also a consultant, so she works in a private clinic and she works for the NHS, but how lucky am I in this respect? She's an expert in HRT and the menopause and lady issues. This pelvic floor strengthening and these exercises that we should be doing, and our waterworks, and why we leak when we go on trampolines. So she's just an expert in this field. And I was telling her about my last appointment with my GP, and the fact that what my GP said was that they pessaries for my vagina. So I needed these pessaries, and the doctor actually said, well, we'll keep you on the HRT tablets and the patch, but we'll take you off the pessaries. And I did ask her why at that appointment, and what she said was, well, if the tablets and the patches are doing their job and they work, then really we don't need to overdose you on something that you don't necessarily need. And I thought, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But my consultant friend went, no, absolutely not. Ring her up Monday and tell her you want to go back on them. She said that there's lots of research being done, lots of evidence to suggest that it's a really good thing to have, that I can stay on it until the day I die, literally, and that the pessary pinpoints literally and targets the exact precise area that it needs to get to. So yeah, I was like, what training school do all these GPs go to? Because why aren't they all singing from the same hymn sheet? They seem to be doing things that kind of a bit random, really. So again, it got me thinking, about just, we all get different information. I've got 2 GPs at my surgery. The first one that I went to see said I can stay on it for the rest of my life. The second one didn't want me to. I mean, my consultant, well, she's my friend consultant, has said that the research has shown that you can have 3 of these pessaries a week or even more. I mean, I was only on 2 and I've been taken off them, so that should be an interesting conversation tomorrow that I've got to have, try and get back on those. But she also said to me, and again, I'm kind of, I know I seem a bit vague, but I feel really like sort of lightheaded, and I don't know whether it's the weather or me jet lag from Canada or the fact that I'm bleeding and I just feel a bit weak and I feel a bit down. I just feel a bit distant and a bit vague, really. And I'm tired, really tired. But yeah, what else did she say? I mean, I'm just brain fog things driving me bonkers. Where was I? I don't even know where I was. Get distracted and then I lose my way. Yeah, I mean, just going back to these pessaries, my consultant friend actually said to me that the HRT tablets that I'm on and the patch, it doesn't target the vagina. It doesn't. That's not what it's aimed to tackle. So I'm going to go back to square one here and have painful sex again. This is what's going to happen. It didn't need to. I mean, I have to ask the question, why did my GP not really know this? It's a mystery, isn't it? It's got to stop. It has to stop. And this is what I want to happen. You know, I'd really like a lot of changes to happen. And for that to come to fruition, I think that we really need to get all of the HRT Facebook groups that are out there to just consolidate and come together and just let's get all those signatures and let's go to Parliament and say we want some changes to happen. I will be talking to you about this in more detail, but I'm just throwing that in right now because I can't just rest now. I'm kind of agitated, irritated, and I'm annoyed. I'm just annoyed that in 2023 these basic things that a GP should get right is not getting right. So yeah, I mean, I don't know whether you remember this, but if you've been watching me, you'll see that when I went for my last GP appointment to talk about how the HRT is going, she said that if I continue to bleed, then I'd probably have to have one of those internal examinations and just have a I can't think, my brain's it's this brain fog and I'm so tired. But anyway, I'll have to have a test sent off and come back. I don't know what that's going to prove at all, but just going back, harping on about this really dear friend of mine who is a consultant in this field, she said that's not what you need. I want you to be referred. So on Monday I want you to ring your GP. It's going to be a great conversation, this, isn't it? Ring your GP and tell them that you need an ultrasound, and I'm having an ultrasound hopefully within the next fortnight. This is what I've been told, that you know, the standard is when you're having a bleed you should have an ultrasound within 2 weeks. I'm putting that out there, ladies, so that you've got this from the horse's mouth. And what they will do is they will test I don't know how wide, can't quite remember this bit, don't quote me on this bit, your womb is. So they're looking at the normal whatever of your womb. I'm not a GP, I'm not a consultant. I can't remember what I did yesterday, never let alone what my friend told me on Friday. But yeah, they'll be testing the womb, and if it's within normal things, then I think I'm okay to stay on the HRT. My friend said I might have to have like a camera put in and a biopsy done, and we'll just go from there. And then I might have to have, I think it's called a meridian coil. I need to look all this stuff up. But I might have to have this. Apparently it goes in, it lasts 5 years, and then you have to have it taken out and put back in. I did ask. I mean, I'm such a I don't like anything really having to go inside me. I don't like being faffed about with. I've had 2 C-sections. I've had enough of it all. But apparently she said it's about this big, is this round thing. I mean, that's, I suppose, tiny, isn't it? But you know, I have to just remind these people sometimes that I haven't given birth naturally. I had 2 C-sections and I'm 5 foot and I'm quite tiny down there. So yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that. I was going to say I hope you're enjoying these, but I can't. That just seems like the wrong thing to say, really. I hope you're finding it illuminating, educational, helpful. I don't know what the right word is. I really don't. I'm just getting more and more fed up the more I hear from you all. Just, it's like the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing, and I don't know. I mean, I worked for the NHS for such a long time, and if you're writing a new policy, then one person writes the policy and is responsible for it and has a team of people working with them, and that then gets disseminated throughout the trusts and the NHS, and that becomes the policy, and they are all singing from the same hymn sheet. It doesn't get watered down or changed. That's what it is, and everybody gets a copy of it. I'm like, how are the NHS training GPs? I mean, who even trains GPs? Where are they getting this information from? Where are they getting all these mixed messages from? I mean, if there's any GPs out there, don't shoot me, but if you're a good one and you know what you're talking about, brilliant. But if you think for 1 second that you need to be retrained, please go and get retrained. But I'd like to get to the bottom of this question. I want to know who's training our GPs in the menopause and HRT. Where does that training come from? Is it coming from all sorts of different sources with people having completely different opinions and views? Is it coming from people that don't even menopause? Is it men that's writing this? Is it young women that are writing this? Is it people that haven't hit the menopause that just don't seem to care? I don't get it. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. So if you're out there and you are medically qualified, I'm sorry. I am. I'm genuinely sorry if this video upsets you. But it should. Because there's women out here that are suffering because we are getting the wrong information, and we're getting the wrong information all of the time. I don't know, you might be lucky, you might be one of the lucky ones. You just might have got all the right information and got the right person and got somebody that knows what they're talking about and knows what they're doing. I just don't know, why am I listening to women that are telling me that that's not the case? Anyway, it's time I went. Diary update over. Bye for now.
Please remember, I'm not medically qualified to give advice. I'm here to signpost and raise awareness. All information provided in this series will be relevant and up to date when posted. If you have any concerns about your physical or mental well-being, please contact a medically qualified practitioner.